We're here from the Netherlands, and big shifts, and you feel it. You feel the dark mother coming in of Soane, and we feel the eclipse, and that can make you a little bit disturbed in your energy, like more fears or more more in your negative aspects of what is coming up, and what you're not aware of, what is able to be changed. So you can change that within yourself. And when I was meditating, it was a beautiful. I went back late to bed yesterday because I was meditating a lot. And when I was meditating, I got this energy through for the divine masculine in the first place. Um, all is okay, all is fine. Um, you don't have to do um, the things what people expect of you. So it's just being you, being in your own space. And now it's the time. If there is anything coming up that triggers you, or that is creating some inner turmoil, then it's time to do the work on it. Don't project what you think and what you feel onto other people. Um, you can address things, but you can't blame them for what you're feeling. So that was the start for the divine masculine, to see things different and to start to change this. And it's really, really amazing, because now I have the cards here for the mind space of the divine masculine, and that's the portal. You're going through a new portal, and you are aware of it. You know, you are aware that you're going through the eclipse portal. You're going through another transitioning. That time is changing. That time is creating a new space for you, to everything what you learned this year, to be grateful of, for the things that you have to let go of. Be grateful so new things can start. And the most beautiful part of all of it is that when we start a new, I just have to change the side of the, yeah. And when we start anew, that means new abundance, new year, new chances. You know, looking through what is being done this year. Were there any issues that was holding you back, and that is on all different levels, like health wise. What do I need to change? What huge projects I had to end and start new projects. So all together, you know, this is creating that new fire, that new engine, to start all over again. And when we start all over again, every time we renew ourselves, we are going in that space of, yeah, I can shift and change things within me that benefits everyone. And when you have the highest good in mind for everything and everyone, then things things will start to flow, you know. You get in a different uh, different dimension of a different timeline that creates that joy, that harmony, that joy, that spacefulness, that laughter, that spontaneity, and everything will flow in that, and you go higher and higher because we activating the new earth. The new earth is already activated. It's already there. We just have to tap in. And it's our choice, you know, to stay in the lower density or to go to that higher vibration where you can manifest everything. And because the manifestation is going quicker there. Yeah, really beautiful. So he's going through that portal. He is he got some information how to do that. He got some information where to go, what to shift within himself about why he's doing the things he's doing, why the things is. Oh, sorry, there was a message coming in and I was distracted right away. And that's the 3D distracting, distracting, distracting. So, okay. Um, so back to back to place. Um, and when you go through that portal, um, I hear it's the portal of abundance. It's the portal of everything that you want to create is possible now. And with the autumn, we let things go, we release things, and we do the release ceremony, and we also start a new ceremony for abundance, for creation, for new things to come our way. But the biggest challenge is not, I'm not going to say NOT, but the way we go in or dipping in the 3D to see where our triggers are, to go within, and then going to that higher frequency. Because all our trauma, all our blocks, all our triggers, or all our karma is in that 3D dimension. So if we go back to the 3D and we release it there, and we're going clean and empty into a fifth dimensional portal realm, wow, wow, you can imagine already what is heading your way. Everything will click, everything will move faster because we're moving way faster in the fifth dimensional realm, that there is no karma, there is no pain, there is no loss. You know, there everything is in that space of abundance, creation, and joyful, being joyful in that space. And when you're in that space, yeah, it's having a warm bath, you know. It's like having a warm bath with these beautiful rose petals. That's what what they tell me. So that's really beautiful. Yeah, and let's see what the other cards has to say also, because I heard, because we're on the shift and on the transitioning with the eclipse, I'm going to use the other cards too. But in the heart space is the cosmic heart source for the divine masculine. The cosmic heart source. And that means that everything you do is coming from the heart. And you need to know why you say things, why you're doing the things that you want them to do. You know, what is your motive? What is your intention? What do you want to learn from it? Because every intention you have in your mind to do or to say something, you know, that creates or an abundance or a karma in the 3D. So that's why the divine masculine started to realize, like, oh my gosh, you know, I want to be in that space. I want to be in abundance. I want to be able to create things, that everything comes to me in ease and grace, so we don't have to force it. We don't have to use control. We don't have to use manipulation. We don't have to compete anymore, because there's enough. There is so much for everyone, and it's coming your way like this if you're in that space. So if you go to the heart portal, if you go to that space of illuminary energy, and work with the diamond heart source, then you are creating and having it all, because it's already here around us. We just need to be and creating that awareness, that if we go into that to a direct choice to go in that frequency, or in that frequency of karma, or are we going in that frequency of creating abundance and letting it flow? And that is the heart. That's the heart portal. And I see that the masculine is going more and more to that heart portal, that he starts to realize who he is, and that he isn't dependent anymore on all kind of circumstances around him. What I discovered, what wasn't be able to do 3 years ago, and what is able to be done now, that's a huge difference. That's such a huge difference. So what is his mind space in the third dimensional realm? What is his mind space in the third dimensional realm? He wants to be that Hierophant. He wants to be, he wants to go through the portal. He wants to know the chemicals, and he wants to know the chemistry of the universe, where he wants to work with. That's in his mind space. I am that masculine, you know, for the divine feminine that can walk next to her. I need to show you that I am capable to step up and do that what you're doing. So there are, and it's so interesting, because there are so many beautiful men out there with that glorious vibration, that is in that supportive energy, that is in that heart space, that is in that walking their path in spirituality. And sometimes when they drop back in the third dimensional realm, it's so hard for them to climb up. And then you see that the divine feminine makes a decision, that there is this separation coming ahead. But if you give it time, if you gave it space for him to grow and to discover by himself, like, okay, this is not working, this is not good for me, I have to let it go, you know, then he is already climbing. So don't be too eager um, to cut things off, because it's a lesson for both. It's a lesson for divine feminine and divine masculine, you know, how to balancing it out and make that dance and come together, you know, in that equality. And you never grow together. I also tell my clients when I do twin flame consultations and coaching, then it's I can get people back together in 20 minutes, in 60 minutes. And the only thing you have to do, well, you have to experience it. If you want, you know, your twin flame come together with you in a very quick manner, yeah, you know, come to me and get a coaching session. Now, in the times that so much is going on, know that so much good is going on in the not in the other realm. How bad it is going in the third dimension, how good it is going in the fifth dimensional realm. So it's your choice. It's the choice where you do you want to go through that portal, you know? Do you want to go there? It's really, really amazing. What's in the heart space? Up, it flips over. Yeah, in the heart space, he knows there needs to be balance. He knows that there needs to be balance between the feminine and the masculine. That he knows that there needs to be a balance between the feminine and the masculine. If you don't do the balance between masculine and feminine energy, you know, you will go a different direction. So when you go into a different direction, that's no problem, because sometimes you go into a different direction to figure out who you are, to figure out what your needs are, what your life purpose is, what your journey is, and after also know, you know, after everything, after a tower moment or after dip into another realm or another dimension, you need to come back to your core and come back in balance again. And that's what he's feeling. He's feeling, oh, I'm getting more and more in balance. I'm able to do more and more things for myself that needs to be in balance. Sometimes when he's giving too much attention to everything and everybody around him, you know, he burns out and then he's out of balance. And then, you know, he needs that energy for himself. So it's so beautiful to see that. How does the divine masculine sees the divine feminine in the third dimensional realm? How does he see the divine feminine? As the emperor, as the divine feminine, as the queen of wands. She knows what she knows what she wants. She knows which direction she needs to go. She knows how to contain herself. She knows exactly what to do, which path she needs to walk, what she's doing, how she's doing it. And she is full of passion and fire for what she's doing. She's not letting herself be distracted or, um, yeah, right. Um, and for her path that she has to walk, because she knows her journey, she knows what her life purpose is, and that life purpose exists in a 3D but also in the fifth dimensional realm, so she's still shifting. And her if you say, okay, why don't you stay in the fifth dimensional realm, because she is, her journey is to deliver in this time. She is born for this time where we all in now, to help people and support people in the third dimensional realm, to be able to go through these dark times. And when she is illuminating herself to the fifth dimensional realm, she can put it in there. She can help people. She can transform herself, and she can totally reroute everything in that realm. So what she's doing above, she's also doing, below. And the fifth dimensional realm is all around us. So we just can step into it and step out of it whenever we want. But when you're working with people, like coaching, helping, giving them sessions, and guiding their way of healing and awakening, then you're in a third dimensional realm. And when you want to manifest that kind of energy for them, you need to be in that higher realm for yourself. So it's making that shift and creating that balance. What the divine feminine couldn't do years ago, she is able to do it all together now. She's working with the grid work. She's working um, um, with the higher frequency. She's working with the ancestors. She's healing the ancestors. She's healing her family. There is no other way for her to do that. To No other way for her than walk the path of God and Goddess. In Goddess is God. In the creation of man, there is no goddess. And the goddesses are taking their power back. And that's what is happening at this moment. She's not going in discussion with a lower frequency that is not sustainable, because she knows if she going into that frequency, she's creating karma, and she is done with the karma. She worked so hard on the karma clearing for the last 15 years. So that's really what is changing, and what the divine masculine sees, that she is in her fire, that she is in her passion, and that she's walking her path, and being happy with that. Okay. So what is the divine masculine seeing about the divine feminine if he is in the fifth dimensional realm? Yeah, the cosmic mother womb. That she is the woman that is able to work with everything. She's one, oh no, it's the elven ones. That she belongs to the elves, that she belongs to that realm. And that's what he sees, She is in a totally different world, that is not tangible for him. And when it's not tangible for him, then he has that feeling, oh, but you're living in a dream world. And then that energy of it's not real, but sure it is. Because if everything is energy, and everything is energy around us, and we can talk to the animals, and we can feel their energy, and they talking back to us, and we talking to plants, and we talking to trees, everything what has energy we can communicate with, and that's such a beautiful place to be. So the place of sorrow, the place of what I mentioned in the beginning, of jealousy, hatred, competition, that's all trauma and program related. And she left it. She is just leaving it. She can address, she can go back to painful situations, but she is not emotionally attached to it anymore. And when she's not emotionally attached to it anymore, it's much easier to discuss things with the Divine Feminine instead of reacting out of trauma bond. Okay, that's so beautiful to see for the growth in the masculine. And as we know already, there are 3 dimensions where we're living in at the moment. Don't let yourself get dragged down in war energy and worries, because that's the karma of the world. That's the karma of the world, what happened over and over and over again, because it's a money-making machine. So, and the true living is coming from your heart. Okay? So let's see what's going on in the Divine Feminine's mind space. What is star children? They're both star children. They're both connected. They're both in that energy of, coming from the stars. They knowing they're coming from the stars. They know exactly, from which planet they're coming, and where they've been in that realm. And it's amazing. Every night when the sky is clear and you can see the stars, you connect with your star planet. You can connect with your realm, because there's where we're coming from. We're coming from that realm, and we're not coming from underground. We're coming from that realm, and that's how they were connected. That's where they were already, having lifetimes together. Also, because that's the most beautiful thing about star children and star beings. We don't have to teach, for instance, our children or our grandchildren anymore how technology works, because that's also already given by the star beings. It's already integrated in their DNA, and they know exactly what to do. They are so far forward. So we don't need to learn those things anymore. It's already in our system. In it's already in the DNA. Because those children that coming to this earth at this moment, they are the ones that are going to change the whole world for a better place. And you see it in their eyes. You see it in everything they do. They take things up for so quickly, where we had to do 4 years and learn it for 4 years as a child. The babies and the children from up till 2 years already know. They know because they're still connected to that source, and they still get information from that source. You know, as long as they don't speak yet, as long as they're not programmed yet, they have all the information of the universe within themselves. And as parents and at school, we deprogram them because that's more sustainable for the 3D matrix to use them as slaves. So, wow, this is it's when you're so aware of this, you don't allow it. You know, you let your children be who they want to be and who they are. You just have to guide them with a soft hand. You don't have to do anything because all the knowledge and all everything what they have is already within them. So yeah, and that's the same with the divine masculine and the divine feminine. They are coming from the stars, and um, they're here on this earth to find each other again and to unite, to do the work together, to um, you know, when they come together and doing the work, there is this big energy field that can create everything and change everything, and on the level of energy. So it's really amazing. It's really amazing. And that's what also is what were they aware of, you know, that love that there is unconditional, and it's never ending. You know, there is always this other form of love that will exist. You know, it's not the lovey-dovey being infatuated by somebody. It's way deeper than that. There is this love that is a love that never can be broken because they're coming from the same source. And it's so beautiful because I saw twin flames coming together after 10 and 12 years, but also they had to walk their separate journeys. And when they walked that separate journeys, they had to discover who they are. They have to see where they needed to grow. They had to have that experience. And sometimes that's not always the most easiest part, because that soul that always will pull each other back together. You know, it's and it has nothing to do with any sexuality or passion or that kind of things. It's just an energy from the heart source, and you can cut the cords as much as that you want. You can cut them out of your life as much as you want, but the the higher frequencies will always bring you back together to see if you're already to doing the work together, if you are ready to dissolve the things in your life that needed to be dissolved. Like, are you living your truth in your fifth dimensional realm, and are you going back to old pain? Is that still get triggered, and is that still there? What needs to be resolved? And then go within, and it's the amazing time for it, because this eclipse that comes up, that will absolutely letting your shadow come up, that still needs to be resolved. You know, we are all one. We already whole. You know, depends on which dimension you are operating. And we're going from 3 to 4 to 5 and shifting again, because that's where our work is. That's where we need to work from. So they are the child, and the Divine Feminine knows it. In the heart space of the Divine Feminine, she knows she's an earth angel and that she has to do the work here on earth. That when she, a lot of Divine Feminine, I know, that are doing this work had already near death experiences or went already to the other side and came back with the energy of now you have to do the work, because there is a time coming that you are needed, and this time is now, you know, that time is now. So the Divine Feminine knows that she's in her heart space, that she is that earth angel, that she is in service for other people, that she is doing the work, that she is creating space, and loving and kind space for other people, and see their light. You know, she's also taking other people on that journey, and that's her purpose. That's her purpose. And the beautiful part of it, the more she grows in her life, um, and she also knows how much she had to let go of, but also when other people are growing again, you know, they coming back on her path. They're coming back on that journey, and they walk that path with her, because they start to synchronize, they start to see it, they are awakened, they are aware of everything what's happening, and then it's the time, you know, to balancing everything out again. So you go into different levels, different energies, and Divine Feminine knows this in her heart. And there is nothing more difficult in the 3D, in the third dimensional realm, as a woman that is able to forgive. People don't understand that word of forgiveness. They don't know how to handle with it, because it's all their old pain and triggers getting activated by forgiveness. And you don't give forgiveness for the other person. You forgive yourself that you weren't that you were ignorant to not see the the signs. It's never about somebody else. It's always about you. You know, it's not giving yourself and others forgiveness, is actually forgiving yourself for being ignorant at that time of not knowing how to handle those emotions. And when you grow, you're able to forgive, because then you see the higher picture, then you see your growth, then you see the growth of someone else, and you can be proud of them. So that's the earth angel. That's in her heart space. That's really beautiful. How does the Divine Feminine sees the Divine Masculine in the fifth dimensional realm? How does she sees the Divine Masculine that he gets guidance, that he gets guidance from his star beings, from his people, that are guiding him, by the stars, that is guiding him by, and it's so interesting, because yesterday I was talking about unicorns, and he is riding the unicorn. So that's really beautiful. It's really funny. Yeah. It's about being connected with your ancestors, being connected to a higher source that gives you the information, or somebody that is in that realm that can guide him on his way, that can guide him on that path. And that is what the divine feminine sees. You know, you getting guidance, you getting more awareness, but you're free, you know, your soul is free. So act accordingly to your soul. When you have a free soul, you are able to do anything in your time and in your life. Okay? And freedom is not something from the outside world. Freedom, that is what you give yourself in your mind. That's what you give yourself in your heart. You know, if you give a meaning to every situation you encounter, then you're getting in a trap. And you're getting in a trap of a loop of judgment, of then you're back in that lower frequency, in that lower energy. And that's and some people are just meant to be in that in the third dimensional realm, also to assist other people. You know, where the twin flames are shifting in dimensions, you know, going to different stages. You know, there are also people that are in that spiritual realm, and they are awake and they are connected, but they're still doing the work there on that level. And there's nothing wrong about that. And let's see what how the feminine operates in the third dimensional realm in her mind space. How is she operating with her mind space in the third dimensional realm, or also shadow, in the shadow world? If you you can create two worlds, you know, the shadow world and the matrix, what it is, you know, because it's all karma related. But you can also move to a higher frequency, and all that karma is gone. And that's the fifth dimensional realm with these cards. Now I'm going to use the third dimensional realm cards, and that has to do with um, the how you are grounded here, how you operate in this world. And the shadow side is nothing to be afraid of. It's nothing to be scared of. But sometimes it's driven by fear. You know, it's just, if you get that awareness and rising above it, then you know not to give a meaning to everything somebody else says or wants to trigger your insecurities or your points, or you know, your pains, or where you are at. If you don't give a meaning to it, you're detaching. And that detachment from that realm, from the shadow, that's why they call it in America the deep state, right? The deep state. That is controlling that world. And what's in her mind space, you know? She is walking the path of the moon. You know, she leaves behind what doesn't feel right. You know, if there is too much drainage around her, you know, she is just uploading herself at the moonlight, and that's in her mind, you know. Um, my cups, I can fill up all my cups, but I have always the choice to what doesn't resonate, to leave that behind. And it doesn't matter what people say or do. Ultimate, it's the choice of the divine feminine. I walk that path because maybe there are things that are not fulfilling for her in the third dimensional realm, or in that shadow, in that shadow world. So she moves up to another realm, and walk away, you know, and say, that's where I need to be for a while, you know, to upload, to connect with other people, um, and walk my path, and listen to what the universe has to tell me. So she is very, very aware how long and where she can give her energy to. In her heart space, she knows that she is abundant, and that will never stop, because she lives in that higher higher realm. And in that in the 3D, she will receive money. You know, there's money coming her way. There's abundance coming her way. She holds the pentacle, how to create it. She knows the secrets. She knows how to work with the elements to create that abundance for herself. And not only in her mind space, but also physical, you know. She knows how to hold the coin, how to work with it, um, you know. So I see in the third dimensional realm, there's a lot of money coming her way. Okay. Well, we're going into a new year, so, you know, new projects, new things, new ideas, everything will work for her. And if sometimes she has to leave things behind to follow her dreams and what is needed, because it's also being shown to her it's also be shown to her what she needs to address. So, for instance, if there is an opportunity coming that is in alignment with with what she put out in the world, and it's approaching her in 3D, she knows exactly how and when to take action on it. She's not just sitting, oh yeah, I don't know what to do. Shall I take it, or that's not even coming across in her mind. It's like right away. This is what I saw in my visions. This is what they said that would happen, and now I need to take action on it. And if you leave that go, if you let that go, you know, could take years again before that opportunity arise. I have a frog in my throat. So there's something with somebody's throat chakra, or they're not able to talk, and for the divine feminine, not able to get a chance to be talked, or the divine masculine energy is stuck, you know, that is not able to talk about the feelings of the heart that needs to be spoken. Okay. Oh my, I almost have to go, because the my battery is almost empty. Oh, can I? No, I can't. Um, yeah, and how she sees the divine masculine in the third dimensional realm as the magician, that he can do anything he wants, that he can create everything, that he is her equal, that he is able to do the things that he wants with his mind space. You know, he has the knowledge about everything, and he has the knowledge about creating it and how to dissolve it. So that's really, really amazing. So that's how the divine feminine sees the divine masculine. You know, you're the magician, you're the man that can create, that can do whatever you want. It's just your mindset. Don't ever let anybody else hold you back in a position that you're not worthy of, you know? And the universe says, you're both in balance, you both shine, you both do the things that you need to do, and you do it not only for yourself, you do it for the whole collective. Because you're both bringing awareness in this shadow world that needs another approach, that people need to open their eyes, that there is so much more than the underworld and the upper world. There are so many levels you can be, and where you can do your work. Um, yeah, the universe says you're both my stars, you're both my children, and you both shine your light. And that's a beautiful way to close this reading. Okay? All the love, all the blessings. See you next week. And let me know if you're interested in your own twin flame reading or coaching session, so you can move up to another realm. If you need to know where you're stuck, not be able to reach that higher realm, yeah, contact me and join me for your reading. Okay? And see you later. Bye bye.